I want to try to get my bow tuned up. I think the temperature hit about 800 degrees today. But seriously, it's about 95 degrees out here right now. I need to get my new TGX, my Timberghost, dialed in for ETAR next weekend. This weekend I have a softball tournament, so I'm going to take advantage of this shade here and shoot into those hay bales. I have a table here I'm going to set up, and I can lay my bow on that and stay in the shade and minimize my time in the sun because it's brutal out. But anyway, let me get this set up and I'll get back to you. Anybody that's wondering, this is my Sony ZV-1 I am recording this on. It takes really good slow motion, so I'm going to use that as part of the tuning process. This is my cool truck, in case you guys have never seen that. Let me grab my bow. I'm just going to start out with a couple bear shafts just to see what they fly like. But this is my new bow, which you guys have seen already. Like I said, I'm going to work off of this table right here. So this is the TGX. I threw a quiver on the bow, and I haven't really done much else to it. I'm going to get the tripod set up and we'll start some slow-mo shooting. I'm probably going to use my phone for some of this just so I can review it right away. Alright, so I am going to try first just to shoot a couple bear shafts. I've shot this bow a couple times. I shot it some last Saturday at that little get-together we had. I've shot a couple arrows here and there since I've had it. I got a pretty good idea what I need to do here. First arrow I'm going to shoot is a 400 spine carbon that I'm pretty sure is underspined, and we're going to see right now. I also need to shim out my side plate. I know that too from just shooting it a little bit because I've been shooting everything to the left. This bow is so center shot, it's like right down the middle right now, which I like to have it out a little bit. That's kind of where all my bows are, so it's what I'm used to. That's why with this bow I've been shooting a little left. So I'm going to try to shoot at that dot and see what happens. Yeah, it's way underspined. This one is a 340 spine, same length pretty much. And I think this is what I'm going to end up using. It's what I shoot out of my other bow, my G3SS. I shoot the same exact arrow that I used to shoot out of my 58-pound quick stick with my 54-pound G3SS. From the looks of it, this bow is going to shoot the same arrows as well, and this one's only 50 pounds at my draw length. Let's shoot this one, see what it does. I'm going to check my phone camera and see what that did, because I'm recording this with my phone too in slow motion. It's hot out here. Whew. So I'm going to do the rest of this on my phone with the phone camera because the ZV-1 said the card was full. And I'm not going to go in searching for a card, so I'm going to finish this up right here on this phone. Alright, so I am simply going to work with what I have here. All I'm going to do is simply, for now, is slip some pieces of thick rubber band behind the side plate and underneath the shelf material. Try to go straight above this deepest part of the throat. So in theory, if that moves, the pivot point is exactly the same as where it's going to pivot in your hand. So there it is. You can see the little bump right there. It's the piece of rubber band which is directly above the throat of the grip. And there's another piece right there on the side plate. That's kind of the way I like to set my bows up and then tune from there. So let's see what she shoots like now. I don't know, I just checked the two little video clips in slow motion. They both fly pretty good. I mean, 300 grain tip might fly a little bit better. It's hard to say, but they're both pretty much going where I want them to go. I'm gonna try a couple fletched arrows and see what they look like. I have one field point here. This is a 340, same as those bear shafts, with the 250 grain point. See what it does. I think I want to shim out my side plate a little bit more. All right, so I shimmed out the side plate a little bit more. If you hear a basketball bouncing in the background, it's Cade. But I just changed the Velcro quick. I got a big enough piece on there so I could put 2 pieces of that rubber band under there. So it's shimmed out a little further. If you were to look down the bow, which I don't know if I can line it up in the camera, but it's out a little bit more than it was. It was right down the middle before. So now that it's shimmed out a little bit, hopefully it'll shoot right where I was looking. That's kind of where I'm used to having my bows. after shimming out the side plate a little bit more, it's, as you see in those last couple of shots, it's shooting exactly where I want it to shoot. I mean, it's right there on top of the black dot that's in that hay bale. So that's a start. It's a stiff arrow, and that tells me this bow is performing probably better than any bow I've ever owned, because it's only about 51 pounds at my draw. Maybe it's 50 at 28, and I draw a little beyond 28, so it's it's smoking. I mean, I want to test this thing. I want to find a 500 grain arrow and shoot this thing into a chronograph and see what it does, because I mean, it's got to be smoking. There's no doubt about it. But anyway, those arrows look like they're flying good. It's a start. I have a lot more to do. It's a work in progress, but it's, as you can see from those arrows, it's shooting right there. But all these arrows were shot at about 20 yards. Anyway, I got ETAR coming up next weekend. This weekend I got my daughter's last softball tournament, and then ETAR next week. So I just got to get some arrows together. And anyway, I'm gonna take one more shot, and we'll call it good for now.